All right, guys, if you are somebody that has overcome a lot in your life, you've had a lot of pain in your life, you've had a lot of trials in your life, you've been heartbroken a lot, you've been abused, you've been used, you've been played, this video is for you, okay? I have some hope for you. I'm gonna share my story with you and the couple lessons that have been transformational to my entire life. So I promise you're gonna wanna listen to the very end because this video is just, I promise you're gonna be totally shifted. And a lot of times for me, I make so much informational videos, and on this video I really want to open up with you guys and just share from my heart, share authentically my story, because if you don't know who I am, I went from $30,000 in credit card debt to a multiple $1,000,000 business, living a life of freedom, living in my dream house, dream car, all the things, the best girlfriends, traveling the world. Like, I have all the physical things that I was manifesting in my life. But it's really because I faced my past. I worked through my past, okay? So I'm gonna share some stuff with you guys today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Bree Morrison. Make sure you subscribe, like, all the things if this adds value to you. I really appreciate it. And let's jump right into it, okay? So, if you guys follow me, I don't like to script these videos. I kind of have some bullet points, but I really just like to talk from the heart and just show up as me. And that's what everybody wants. They just want to be themselves. And they want to be authentic. And so I hope through me doing that, it can just continue. Everything's kind of cliche that I say, but it's true. Like, it can invite you to just let your guards down. So to be transparent, guys, it is June 2023 right now. And the last year or two has been a really challenging year for me. So I might be a little bit emotional right now. Challenging in the place of relationships. I can truly say that I have mastered to an extent. Of course, you never master it, but I have reached the highest of high goals that I've set with business, with finances. You know, to me, I never could imagine that I would be bringing in over $100,000 cash in a month, right? Just seeing that come into my bank account. I never imagined I would look how I look now. I'm 30 pounds less than I was when I started my business. Why my life has been hard the last few years, I was in a relationship with a man that was just like, you know, he's clearly not quite where I'm going, but it's somebody that was just a whole nother level of the type of guys I dated before. I dated a lot of abusive, broke guys. This guy was like very successful, loving. He had his issues like a lot of us do, but just sharing, I learned a lot from that relationship, and I've been able to manifest dating higher level, high value men, and that's something that I never thought was possible either. So I just want to share my story with you guys that I'm just free flowing. And like I said, I have the results in money and my health. And really the last season for me is relationships. And it's just so cool how God works, because let me just center here. It's so cool how God works, because it really is in seasons. He knows exactly what you're ready for. He knows exactly the big picture, and he has a divine plan for you. So I just want to open up with when I was raised in a very strict Christian household. I couldn't listen to any rap music, like no music, not even country, only Christian worship music. I grew up on like gospel. I'm so grateful for it now. Because if you guys watch any of my stuff, the first 7 years of a person's life is literally what forms them. And that's because you're in theta brainwave state, which is like that. It's the same brainwave state you're in when you're falling asleep. And when you first wake up, you're kind of like not asleep, not awake. You're in a hypnotic state. So everything you experience from like age 0 to 10, really, like 14, is a time where your belief systems were set. And for me, being raised in a super strict Christian home, my parents are absolutely incredible, but I had a very classic, super like controlling, masculine, get shit done type mom. She was in scarcity. She had death in her family. She's from poverty. And then my dad, he was also from poverty, but he went kind of the other way, where he was emotionally checked out, where my mom was like over emotional, right? Like overbearing. And like, this is very categorical. I want to say, mom and dad, if you're watching, I love you. You guys are amazing. But we all have our things that I think the whole point is to kind of jack up our kids so they can go through their lessons, and that's their divine purpose. Like, I'm grateful for all of this stuff, right? So yeah, just being raised in that, there was always this need. I was homeschooled. So what I studied from people that were raised in religion and have religious trauma is there's this need that you can't be in the cool club because you can't listen to this or watch this or go to the party or do that. And I just was always had that feeling of being left out, being isolated. That was the like social side of it. And then the other side was constantly not feeling good enough for my parents, constantly feeling like I had to be perfect to get love. I had to follow the Bible, I had to follow the rules, which therefore really led to me just being like a big F you and going the other way. Let me know if you can relate in the comments, like just going the other way of like, I'm gonna do what I want. And I just started going, the internet came out, and long story short, I don't wanna make this video too long. I was on MySpace, remember MySpace? And I was 15 and I was talking to an 18-year-old boy, and hadn't ever met him in person, but you know, it was a whole new world. Like, this guy likes me, he wants to see me, and I snuck out one night at my house. He picked me up in his SUV, and that was the night that I lost my virginity to essentially being date raped. And I remember getting chills. I remember him dropping me off after, and like, this is coming back to me right now even more, and I just want to like feel into it, because I invite you to feel into your situation or what you experienced. And I remember him dropping me off, and I just felt so confused. I didn't really know what happened, and this overwhelming shame feeling, I might get emotional here, just took over my whole body. And I remember just feeling so shameful and so isolated. I couldn't tell anybody. I technically knew what sex was, I knew what happened, but I was just so confused. I didn't know what happened really. And it was just extremely painful, and the shame was so deep, so intense. The enemy clearly used it, and I started to just develop an identity of just this shameful. Let me backtrack. I was wearing a purity ring. My parents literally took me this whole weekend excursion called Passport to Purity, where I dedicated my life to God and just being pure and waiting till marriage. And I just felt like I had this extreme loss, and I was just in this like fuck it state. Okay, I already lost the most precious thing to me. It was so ingrained in me how precious my virginity was. And I was just like, okay, this is it. And then I started to just slowly get more into the music, more into sneaking and watching BET in the middle of the night, you know, going to parties, hanging out with these girls. Like 15, I started drinking alcohol right after. I started smoking weed right after. And I just went off the deep end for like 10 years, 15 to 25. I just blackout drunk every weekend, sleeping with people, partying, smoking weed. I am just still slowly becoming more aware of weed and overcoming that addiction at age 31, almost 32. So through that identity, I just had the lowest self-esteem, and I would let men use me left and right. And praise God, God had a plan. Like, I just started to slowly get sick of it. And then I started actually getting in relationships with guys that I was sleeping with. And so I felt better there. And then eventually it was like, fast forward today to get to my point, is now I'm back to the place where I'm like, I'm not having sex till I'm married, till it's my husband, you know? I don't want to get blackout drunk anymore. I don't want to live this life of, if you guys follow me or know me, like, I'm always twerking and like having fun, and like that's my joy, and that's how God made me. But God has really been refining me back to like purity and just why I'm doing this. And to say with the business, I recognized before God brought me back to this journey of purity, I was like, it's like I was done with men, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna put all my energy into my business. And so I stopped worrying about men. I gained so much confidence. I built $1 million business. And that is what kind of, you can just see where God set me up, right? Where it was like, first losing the purity at 15, partying and like having really low self-esteem, getting sick of that, being done with men, and then having that pain push me to be really successful in business. The pain of all the stuff that men used me, the daddy issues, even the mommy issues, that's what drove me to build a multiple $1 million business. So I'm grateful for that. But then I'll tell you, I had my first $100,000 month, and I woke up the next day and I was seriously depressed. Like, I was like, what is the fucking point of all this? And then that's what led me on this journey the last 2 years, where I've been really facing my promiscuity, my way that I've played men now, the way that I've become this bad bitch that doesn't need a man, right? And really facing those lies that are keeping me from what I ultimately want, which is unconditional love, okay? So I'm getting emotional today. I don't know if I really have a point to this video. I just know so many of you guys can relate. But what I've learned is God has a plan. It's already being done. Trust the process, stay in the moment, and keep going deeper with the lies, the beliefs, right? Because like the first season I took on a lie, I'm shameful, I'm gross, I'm unworthy, I'm useless, like let me just be this body that's thrown around with men, honestly. Like that's how low my self-esteem was. To then a belief of, I don't need a man, I'm self-sufficient, I'm independent, I don't need my dad, I don't need money from anybody, like let me just do me. And that was a belief. To now I'm like seeing, once I got financial freedom, I was able to create space to go start really this healing journey. And I've been doing the healing journey the whole time, truly, my whole life. But now I'm like so grateful. So maybe this is your journey, wherever you can probably relate to this, like wherever you're at in the same journey, it's like know that your beliefs are getting better and better, and you're eliminating more and more of the lies, okay? And that you're gonna get to your destination, which is you are freaking amazing. You are pure, you are worthy, you are enough, you are abundant, you are loving, you are kind, you are deserving, you are worthy of all of it, of the money, of the freedom, of the man, of the woman, of the whatever partner you need in your life, of the body of your dreams where you feel healthy. You are worthy and deserving of all that stuff. There's this constant like polarity that's gonna be coming in and telling you lies, but you have to choose to not believe those lies and create a new reality for yourself by changing your beliefs, changing your identity, changing your thoughts, changing your feelings, and changing your environment. Like maybe you need to move, you need to hang out with different people. You have the power to change that stuff. So start identifying your story and what beliefs made you take those actions and have those results. And that's all it comes down to, is calling out the bullshit lies. It's all a bunch of BS. The truth is, you're good, you're enough, you're worthy. But if you don't believe that, no one else will believe that, because none of this is real. You are creating your reality, okay? So if you follow me, you know I preach on this, but I just wanted to open up my heart a little bit and share that that's where I'm at now. Is I want to help women with all of the life experience I've had financially, health-wise, but really what I'm feeling fired up about now is relationships. It's like what we're all seeking is love. And I've learned so much about how men think. I've learned so much about how God designed masculine and feminine energy. It's such a beautiful thing. And really my tip for you to take away from this, if you are a lady watching this, or it's really not gender specific, but like for the women, it's just like God created us to be feminine and to lean back and to receive. But there's just been this crazy, I don't need a man independent movement because of the wounds. And then men are getting more passive. And it's just, I really feel fired up to bring awareness to that so we can shift back to our essence and our truth, all right? So again, thank you for watching this. Hopefully it inspired you. Let me know. I love you guys so much. And just know that there's hope. There's always hope. Like I've been literally blackout drunk on the side of the road when my ex-boyfriend literally threw me out of the car, you guys. Like I've been to jail. Like I've been broke as a joke. I've been hungry. I've literally been couch surfing. But I created all of that. And that's what's so freeing, is like I was choosing that when God was like, choose life. You have a choice every day. Choose life or death. Why are you choosing death? Because you deep down don't feel like you're worthy of life, okay? So call out those bullshit lies, make a choice to believe different, get the help that you need, and everything will start to change for you. Just keep doing the inner work, invest in yourself, and feel your feelings and be in the moment. So I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.